Hi, boys and girls. Today we're doing lesson 6.2. We're going to be converting units of capacity. If you need to take a moment and turn the video off and get turned to lesson 6.2 in your book, please do so. All right, so I'm going to get started here again. We're going to be using that conversion factor over and over and over again. I just want to make sure you guys are kind of clear on that, okay? Over here in the corner today is a different chart. We're going to be talking about capacity. And capacity is the amount a container can hold. So when we talk about capacity, we're usually talking about liquid, okay? So I'm going to point a couple things out. Capacity seems to be the hardest thing to convert, and it's because there's so many of them. So I'm going to start with the biggest one down here, the gallon. Now, if you go to your refrigerator, you can pull out that gallon of milk. Now, if you break that gallon of milk down, so if we start with that big old gallon, I'm just going to make a big circle. You break it down into 4 equal pieces. And there are other pictures that are way better than what I'm doing right now, Mr. Gallon or whatever you've used before in the past. Then you have quarts, right? You have 4 quarts. Now, each quart is broken up again, and you can break it into 2 pieces, each quart, and then you have pints, right? That's a P, it's a pint, okay? All right, and then I can break the pint down again, and I have cups, okay? And after cups, you have something called a fluid ounce. Be careful because there's another word we're going to have in our next video on ounces, but it's going to be, those ounces are different than fluid ounces. Fluid ounces have to do with liquid. Ounces by themselves have to do with weight, okay? It's different. But there are 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup. So if you took a measuring cup from home, like if you're going to make cookies and you measured a cup of something, you're actually measuring 8 fluid ounces. Okay? Sometimes, though, when we're converting in capacity, they might want to know how many pints are in 4 quarts. So you really have to know your conversion factor. Okay, let's start over here with our problem for today. It says a dairy cow produces 25 quarts of milk each day. How many gallons of milk does the cow produce each day? So we want to know, we know we've got 25 quarts. We want to know the equivalent to that in gallons, okay? I'm going to put a G for gallons, okay? You can also use GAL either way. So the first thing I need to know, what is my conversion factor? Okay, I've already got it up here for you. You can see here that 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. The other thing I like to do is I like to look at which one's smaller. This one's smaller, this one's larger. That helps me to know that I've got a smaller unit that I'm trying to figure out a bigger unit for. Okay, so let's go over here and I can see also how many quarts are in 1 gallon. And right here at the bottom, it shows me 4 quarts are in 1 gallon. This is my conversion factor. Okay, so let's start first of all with 25 Q for quarts over 1 because it's a whole number is equal to, not equal, I'm sorry, times, I keep doing that, times. Now I need quarts down here because they have to be catty corner from one another. Okay, and I need gallons up here. Now I have 1 gallon to every 4 quarts. Okay, this sets it up for me. So now I have 25 times 1 is 25, and I have 1 times 4 is 4. Now, this is interesting because it's not going to work out exactly. So if I take 25 and try to write it smaller here and divide by 4, it goes in 6 times, right? But that's 24. That leaves 1 quart left over. So guess what? Okay, I'm going to erase just a little bit here so I can write it in here. That means that I have, I have 6 gallons and I have 1 quart. Okay, so it didn't work out exactly. I told you with capacity, sometimes it's just simply harder. Okay, now if I had a problem, we're done with this one. If I have a problem where I have to skip over, I'm going to give you an example. Okay, I think there was one in the book, so I'm going to take a look at that really quick. Yeah, 5 quarts equals how many cups? Okay, so let me do this one. Let me do 5 quarts is equal to how many cups? C for cups. All right, so I'm going to set this up. I have 5 over 1 times. This is quarts, so I must have quarts down here. I must have cups up here because that's what I'm converting to. All right, I'm going from larger to smaller. This helps me to understand what I'm doing. Now I need my conversion factor. Let's look over here. How many quarts are in cups? Do I have that here? There's a quart, 1 quart. Ah, it's right here. Luckily, it's just right there. 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. Okay, so then it tells me I can put the 4 on top and the 1 on the bottom. Boys and girls, this is how this works. You've got to know your conversion factor. You've got to know how to set this up. Which one goes on top, which one goes on the bottom. Just remember, they're going to be catty corner, okay? So then 4 times 5 is 20, over 1 is 1, which equals 20 cups. Put a 20 up here. I know I did that fast. I understand. But when it comes to converting, it's just the same process over and over again. It doesn't matter if you're doing length or you're doing weight or you're doing liquids. It's the same process. Set up the problem. Don't get lazy and just try to figure it out in your head because, yeah, sometimes you can do that, but you cannot always do that. It doesn't work that way. Okay, really quickly, let's take a look at the metric system. It works exactly the same. Now, instead of this word meter, I want you to, I thought I fixed that, but I must not have. I want you to put the word liter in here because when we have liquids, we have liters. Okay, I did not spell that very well. Liters, okay? I'm sorry, I'll just erase it. Liter. All right, we're going to use the exact same prefixes. We're going to, if we divide, we go this way. Oops. We divide. If we go this way, we multiply. Okay, so I'm not going to do this problem. This is from the first one. Okay, so let's say we have liters. Let's say we have, maybe our cow is a good cow and he makes 6 liters. I'm going to put an L for liter of milk. And I want to know how many centiliters that is. For some reason, liter is usually capitalized. So let's just figure this out. This is our conversion. I want this one, 6 liters, to equal centa. Okay, so we can do it the book way. 6 over 1 equals, this is liters, so liters go down here, centiliter goes here. How many centiliters are in a liter? So if I go back here, here's centa, here's liter. Okay, I'm going to go 1, 2 places, so I'm going to add 2 zeros. That's a conversion of 100 to 1. Okay, all right, so, but sorry, I didn't mean to put that equals in there. It's times. So 6 times 100 is 600 over 1. So that's 600. Okay. Now, the other way we've learned to do that is I'm going to go from liter, which is 1 right here, and I'm going to go bump, bump. That's 0, 0. That tells me 100. I went this direction, so I'm multiplying. So I just know that it's 6 times 100 is equal to 600. All right, I'm not going to go into any more detail on this. This is just going to be the same process over and over again. All right, boys and girls, today we converted units of capacity, either the liter for metric or cups, gallons, quarts, and fluid ounces, and so forth in the customary system. All right, happy math.